2, 3.
Hi all. I'm going to walk you through how to apply for an Australian passport. Trust me, it's very, very simple, very easy. You don't need anyone to help you do it. And I will just quickly, it's going to be a very short video, just quickly explaining to you how you do it, so you get it and understand what you need. So before you do the paper application, you can do it online or paper, but I'm going to use the paper application so that you can see how it's done. Before you get to that point, remember you need to collect your supporting documents. So if you're an adult, you need category A or category B documents. You need your Australian citizenship certificate, which you'll have received before you apply for your passport. You will need either driver's license, Medicare, and I'll just show you as we go through it some of the documents that you will need. So you need to get your paperwork ready to go before you even start the process. So very easy, and we'll just quickly go through it so you understand how it's done. So these are the forms that you need for application. I like the forms because they're color coded and you can see at what point, like I'll show you. So this is the adult form. It's green in color. It's well written. Application for an Australian passport is an adult. And usually if you're 18 and above, this is the form that you're going to use. This one here is the form for a child. So if you're applying for anyone who's 18 years and below, this is the form to use, green and then purple. So let's quickly go through the adult one. First things first, remember 18 years and above, and then remember black pen. In Australia, when they say a black pen, you need to use a black pen, and remember, importantly, so you need to remember to put things in block letters. So that's essentially capital letters, okay? So once you finish lodging this form with the supporting documents, you're going to take it to the nearest Australian Post outlet, and you will submit all that, and they will just ensure that you provided all that you need. Remember, the supporting documents will need to be original documents, not certified copies, and they will copy for themselves. So the important thing that I wanted to highlight on this page is the proof of identity. So you either need this sort of combination. So combination A is either one document from category A, where category A is either current driver's license, that's what I used, and proof of age photocard, and then or one document from category B. So category B documents would be either Medicare card, Centrelink, Department of Veterans, credit card, foreign passport, or previous Australian passport if you have that. If for whatever reason you cannot provide the combination in A, then you need two documents of the category B here. So you may need Medicare and maybe your foreign passport. And you need to make sure that one of the official documents that you provided have a picture. So you'll notice Medicare card doesn't normally have a picture. So you probably would need your foreign passport there. Okay, and then combination 3 is if you cannot get combination 1 and 2, then you will go for combination C, which is at least 3 documents from category C. So you may need utility bills, bank statements, property rates, and your car insurance. Your photo, don't worry too much about it because that will be taken by someone at the post, so they know what to look out for. As you open this page, just remember it gives you a practice signature box. So you will notice this box has a bit of, greenish on the side, but you need to sign inside the small little box. Very, very important to make sure that you're not going above it, you're not going below it, you're sitting right in the center there. I almost put in my signature, sorry. So as you start the application, remember you need a black pen, you need capital letters, and where it is an X, you put an X, where it is an M, you put an M. Very easy. Step by step, I'm going to show you. Date of travel, so you'll either, it's in the next 2 months, either yes or no. If you need to urgently travel, then obviously you'll say yes, and you'll put your date of travel. If you're not wanting to travel quickly, then it's a no. And then you will need, remember, family name is your surname. Given names are your other names as they appear on your birth cert or on your passport. Birth details is either you're male or female. If you don't want to disclose, your preference, just tick that box, put an X in that box. Put your date of birth, your month and the year, and then remember town of birth as shown on your birth certificate. Okay, don't write the hospital, don't write the town or the city of birth, and then obviously need to remember the country of birth. It will not appear on your passport, but it needs to be on this form. And then how do you confirm your citizenship? Two ways of doing that. So it's either you have an Australian birth certificate or you have an Australian citizenship certificate. This Australian birth certificate is for people that are born in Australia. So you would need to put in the details in there as they are. It will have a registration number. And then on that birth certificate, remember there are two, I'm going to show you. There are two numbers there. Sorry, I'm just gonna hide off a few things because that's my son's birth cert. So essentially on this one, the most important thing is date of registration of birth and date of issue. So you will notice registration comes down here, registration when that was registered, and when that was registered, and that's the date of issue. So remember there are two different dates, so registration and date of issue. Remember to put that, and then obviously you put in the rest of the stuff, including the registration number up there. You put it in there, okay? And then obviously your state, family name, which is surname, given names as they appear on the birth certificate. And then that is if you have a Australian birth certificate. Otherwise, just put in your, if you have both, fill in both. And if you don't have the birth cert, then just do the Australian citizenship certificate. And again, that one, there will be a number. I'm going to show you. There will be a number there that you need to put in. Again, I'm just going to yeah. So this is the number there. So that number there, you need to put in that number on there, and then you need to put in the date of issue. Again, family name is your surname and given name exactly as it appears on the certificate. Question number 4 is if you've had any changes in your name. Let's say your birth cert, you got married and you've changed your name, so that's where you put a yes. Otherwise, just put a no. Okay. And then when you turn to the next page, very easy to fill this thing. Trust me, guys. When you go to the next page, again, they will ask you to confirm the family name at birth of your parents. So, surname of your parents, just one of them will appear there. Then what type of passport you need. It's an ordinary passport, but if you're 75 and above, obviously, they consider our seniors, hold them in regard, and they give them a lower fee. And then contact details, you'll put in your contact details, preferably I put in mobile, but if you have other numbers, put them in. And then remember email. Remember, you need to write it in block letters, okay? And then always remember one letter for one box, and then at Gmail or at Yahoo. Who to contact in case of an emergency, follow that, write that in, put in their number as well. The address, this is what is important because obviously it will be sent to your address. Put in your address, and most times they will check it against your driver's license or, or any utility bill that you have. If you have a previous Australian passport, you put that in as a yes, and you put in date of issue. If you don't, you say a no. And then you go to question 11, which is this one for the guarantor. But if you've had one before, then obviously you will come here to say that you're replacing because it's expired or it's stolen and stuff like that. That's it. So question number 11 is essentially about the guarantor. So you need a guarantor to complete this form. And I like this form because you see this green is your bits for you to fill. Green is yours. And then the guarantor is written, it's orange. So it's easy for you to note. Remember, again, black pen, block letters. Who can be a guarantor? It needs to be an Australian citizen who's 18 years and above. They shouldn't be related to you. They shouldn't be living at your address. They should not be in a de facto relationship with you. And they should have known you for at least 12 months. Okay? All right. So if you have someone like that in mind, put in their family name, put in their names, and then remember, because they need to be Australians, you need to put in the Australian passport details as well and their expiry. If they do not have Australian passport, because there are actually Australians that don't have an Australian passport, then put in the electoral roll details, because everybody who's a citizen in Australia is expected to vote. So you would assume they should have some electoral roll details. And then these are the declarations by the guarantor. Usually they would need to endorse at the back of your picture. So you'll notice that the Australian Post people will take up 2 passport pictures for you. You just need 2 passport pictures. One of them at the back, the guarantor needs to write, this is a true photo of, let's say, Anna, and say all my names, and then they need to sign, okay? So that's one thing that your guarantor needs to do. And then they need to say how many how long they've known you. They need obviously to put in your name of the applicant, who would be me, and my surname and my other names. And then they just need to sign there, date it, and put their number, just in case the department needs to call them to confirm that they actually know you. And then come back on this page, you'll notice the different color. So that means it's your turn again. So this one, you need to put your proof of identity documents. Your current driver's license needs to go in there, the number and the expiry date and the state. Remember, the number is usually again on top of your driver's license. I'll show you again. So that's the driver's license there. So your license number would be that little number there. Okay. Then obviously you need to sign inside there, and you need to date it. All right, that's it, and that's, you will be done. So you just remember to carry the important documents with you. In this instance, maybe driver's license, like I explained, carry them with you to the post. I'll quickly run you through the application for Australian passport for a child. You'll notice the color changes different. Again, you need block letters and you need a black pen. The beauty with kids is all you may need is just the, where is it? The requirements, the documents that you need is, for a child born in Australia, you need their birth certificate. Okay, and for a child born overseas, you need Australian citizenship certificate to confirm they're Australians. And then definitely you need to have the child birth certificate, either an Australian one or a foreign one. And then if they have had a previous passport, you need to come along with it as well. Okay, so for the paper application, again, black pen, cross where there's a cross. If you're traveling urgently, put a yes there and put the date that you're traveling. Again, surname of the child, given names, whether they're male or female, where they were born. The Australian birth cert is interesting because it will put in the hospital that they are born, and then they will put the suburb. So if, let's say, for example, your child was born in King Eddies, then you would need to write the town or city as Subiaco, and then country of birth will be Australia. If they're born overseas, either in Mombasa, and then the country would be Kenya. And then if they have Australian certificate, then you put in the details and fill them as they are. And then the next thing, obviously, you need to fill in the Australian certificate, citizenship certificate, like I showed you earlier. You do that as well. If there has been any name changes, you say yes and you fill the details. Otherwise, you go to section 5. Section 5 is the names of the parents at birth. So the surname of at least one parent, and that needs to be similar to what is on the birth certificate. And then ordinary passport, for them, they will get only 5-year validity. For those that are less than 16, under 16 years. And then those that are above 16 years, they can get 10 years validity. Okay. And then contact details of whoever is filling. So if you're the one filling as a parent, fill that in. And then emergency contact, and then the address by which that will be sent. Again, you may need your driver's license or utility bill to confirm the address. If they've had a previous address, previous passport, then you put that as a yes. If no, no. And you follow that, the same thing like an adult. Guarantor, again, it's the same thing. Somebody that has known the child for more than 12 months, somebody that's already an Australian citizen, somebody, should not be related by birth or marriage, should not be living at the same address. So it shouldn't be your relative really, or somebody that lives in your house, but it needs to be someone that's above 18 years of age and somebody that has known you guys for more than 12 months. Their names appear there, their passport number, or their electoral details, and then obviously they need again to endorse at the back of the picture like that. This is a true copy of so and so, and they need to sign that as well. So sign, date, and phone number in case they need to be contacted. The only difference with a child's one, you may need to do the declaration and consent. So again, these bits are yours again. So you need to write parent 1. So, as they appear on the birth cert, parent 1 details, parent 2 details, and then the parents need to sign both of them. Date it as well, and then remember that they need to be witnessed. Somebody need to witness you signing, so they need to write their name, their signature, and the day that they signed it for you. And these bits will be done, the post personnel will put the front picture there, the back picture that's guaranteed. And then if the child is more than 10 years, they will sign in there. But if they're less, then you will sign on their behalf there and you date it as well. And then the rest of it is the work for the post. So as you can see, it's a very straightforward process. It should essentially take you a very short time once you collect the information that you need. So as you can see, it's very simple to do. In summary, all you need for a child's application is essentially the birth certificate, whether Australian or overseas. You need their citizenship certificate, and then obviously you need to fill in the paperwork that's required. And if they have had an old passport, Australian old passport, you need to supply that as well. And then for adults, you need various types of documents. So in summary, the easiest, if you've already lived in Australia, which you will have if you're becoming a citizen, your driver's license is key. And then obviously a few other things like Medicare, debit card, utility bills and stuff like that. And just remember, it needs to be done with a black pen in block letters. It needs to be signed. Very easy to do. Yeah, that's it. Hopefully when you're applying your next Australian passport, it shouldn't be hard. Thanks for watching.